Hey guys, what's up? Another episode of Brown Sock Tuesday. Today there's only 3 of us.
Yeah.
Pelican, Daniel, Lauren. There's no Jacob today.
Yeah, we could introduce
He's
ourselves.
like the lesser quarter. So I'm glad he's not here today. I actually hope he listens to like the first 5 seconds of this podcast.
It's like, I hate
And
those
he's
guys.
just like,
I'm never going to work with
"Fuck
them
you
again.
too." He just turns it off
He probably doesn't like us anyway. He's just there for the entertainment.
for the walls.
Alright.
Anyway,
So-
what happened to you today, Pelican?
So, last night, I was like, okay, I got a bunch of stuff to do this week, because in my writing class, I have like 5 pages of a paper I haven't even started on Monday. So I was like, crap, I gotta write that. So I did that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have math homework, so I had to do math homework too. I was like, okay, finally, I'm done with my math homework. By this time, it's like 11 or 12. And I'm like, crap, I have a psychology paper that I need to write tonight too. So I finished that, and by the time I was done, it was like 1:30. By the time I did that, it was like 1:30, and I was like, okay, finally, I finished everything. I can go to bed. And so I was really, really tired, so I go to bed, and I wake up in the morning, and I'm like,
Feeling like P. Diddy?
my alarm went off. I'll sleep for like another couple minutes.
And you just
So I turned my-
overslept.
So I turn my alarm off. I wake up, and it's like 9:30, and I normally start class at 10, and I had a math test exactly starting at 10. I was like, oh shit, because it takes me exactly half an hour to get to the school for me to get to class. So I was like, oh crap. So I got up, didn't take a shower, just ran and got clothes, put them on, and put some deodorant on, whatever. And I was like, crap, I can't brush my teeth either. So I put some gum in my mouth, and I drove to school, and I was like, I gotta get
The
there. I can't
appropriate
be,
alternative.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta get there. I can't be late. I really need to take this math test. And so I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go fast. So the speed limit on the road is like 55, right? So
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I'll just see if I can go fast. So I go up, and I hit like 70 on the main road. And, like, I go around this corner, and a cop comes around the corner. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm going, like, 70. So I slow down,
God.
and I keep driving, and I was like, fuck. I'm getting pulled over, and this is going to screw my day up so badly.
He didn't pull you over.
And then, like, no, I kept driving.
Really?
And I look behind me, and there's a car coming up, and it's, like, black. And I was like, shit. And so I start to slow down, because I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to get pulled over anyways. This fucking sucks. And I look back. It wasn't the cop, and I was like...
It was the professor. He
Yes.
was also late, so you
No.
didn't miss the test.
No, but I was like, thank God it wasn't the cop, but like the whole way there, I went slower, and I'm like, I'm still gonna be fucking late. And I was like 10 minutes late to class, and I was like,
And your professor just slapped you on. Just like, "Kapah!"
no, I just like immediately picked up the test and started doing it, and I was like one of the first people to finish it.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was like,
that either
test-
says that you're
No,
really easy
that
with
test
it,
was
or it
really easy.
bad.
And I was like, how are there this many people in here?
You know, some things you just get, and some things you just don't get. Freaking about sleep. Christian goes to our school. He's part of the community. He told me today. He's probably listening. He told me today about last night. He was watching some show where they were building a house, and he was really tired. And he turns it on. They just crushed the house. There's just a lot of land.
Well, that's not nice.
And they start bringing in supplies, and he falls asleep. He thinks he just fell asleep for like, I don't know, 2 minutes, because he felt like he blinked. He wakes up, and they open the door to a brand new house. It was the funniest thing. That was a good story. But, yeah, so I wanted to make sure that tonight I talked about something that you guys haven't figured out yet, and that is that my Halo disc is broken.
Really?
It broke.
Oh,
I
that
wouldn't
sucks.
be
as
able to
soon
know
as I
that,
got
though.
home.
I wouldn't be able to know that.
I'm just,
so.
as soon as I got home
Well, I haven't played
last weekend,
Halo
it
like
broke.
at all this week, so
I was kind of upset. I think I'm gonna get the digital version, so I don't have to worry about it.
yeah.
But yeah, it's only $30 now.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh
Also,
yeah, it's been
really
like
gone down.
almost
so.
2 years.
speaking of downloaded stuff, Kindon has all of the Skyrim DLC.
Okay.
And he got it a long time ago. But he came over to my house, and he couldn't play his Skyrim unless he downloaded it onto my console, so that way it knew it was there and that he owned it. So he downloads it onto my console so he can play it.
And you have no space left.
No, it's fine. He leaves. It's like way more than 6 months. It's probably like a year later now.
Yeah.
And I pick up Skyrim just because I don't have anything else to do. And I was like, oh, look at my add-ons. I don't have any, but it shows all 3 of the add-ons are checked off. That's weird. Oh, it's probably because Kindon downloaded them.
That's how it works.
So I could probably, if I signed in as Kindon, I could play those DLCs. Well, I'm not going to sign in as Kindon because he's Kindon. That's his stuff. But
actually,
anyway,
you don't have to. That's
what I figured that out. I pressed download again just to see like what would happen, and I was like, oh sweet, they're downloaded. Maybe I can use them now. I joined my game, and nothing changed. It's just a regular game. So I'm like, oh well, dang it, that sucks. 2 days later now, I go back into my Skyrim, and I'm like, might as well pick up where I left off. All of a sudden, the courier comes up to me from the Hearthfire DLC, and he's like, I have a message for you about the orphanage. And I was like, what? Sweet, I didn't pay for any of these.
Actually, the reason why that happens is a lot of people who have offline accounts and stuff, like I used to, I have 2 accounts. I don't use my other one as much anymore because it's the one I started with, and I didn't realize you could press that one button. It's like, oh, connect to Xbox Live and just carry over all my stuff.
Yeah.
So I just had to restart. But I did start my Skyrim on there, and I continued with my main character on Skyrim there. But I did buy the DLCs with my current Xbox Live account, and I don't know, I'd have to go in sometimes and just either sign in or like go like press the downloads to have the box read it before I actually go and start playing, or else I'd like spawn naked in my house. It was really weird because I was like wearing all the Stalrim armor and stuff.
There's
Stalheim, I don't know what it
There's
is.
a glitch in the Dawnguard DLC where I turned into a vampire lord, and I did it while I was wearing my Thieves Guild hat, and so whenever I transform back to human form and I put on my Thieves Guild cloak, is that what it is?
I don't know what it is.
There's nothing on my head, and there's a round spot on the back of my head where there's no hair.
You turned into a monk because of it.
Yeah, I guess.
Vampire monk.
But my character's hair is really long, and it's like down to his tits, and then he just has the bald spot in the middle.
So you look like Trevor from GTA if he had a bald spot on his head.
Trevor does have
Trevor
a bald
does have-
spot on his
The big
head.
bald
He
spot.
also doesn't have long hair.
Yeah.
You can have long hair with him, or I picture him having long
You
hair.
mean a mullet?
Yeah, basically.
A mullet.
Yeah, a little bit.
You can give Trevor a mullet?
I thought so, yeah.
Oh.
He's still bald, but
I gave him a full beard.
He looked
'Cause
like Jesus.
I think he looks awesome with a
was
full
awesome.
crazy beard. Crazy old freaking desert rat.
I don't know, I thought stuff about stuff.
I thought stuff about stuff.
I'm going blank with some of my thoughts. Like, I had something to say about Skyrim.
That's
I'm
great.
thinking it was about the voice actor for Serana in the Dawnguard DLC, because I like her.
I don't
but-
know about her.
I mean, I like the voice actor,
Huh.
or voice actress.
I don't know about her.
He likes her voice.
Not because I
Yeah.
beat the game and formed an opinion on her, but I just don't know about her. I
Yeah,
don't know
she's just like...
is she the good guy or is she the bad guy or
she's good.
She's the neutral guy.
I don't know if I was supposed
She's the
to
guy.
become a
It depends on what
vampire.
you do.
I felt like I was forced into becoming a vampire lord.
You have to become undead at some point throughout the Dawnguard DLC if you go the good way.
Isn't there like dragons that go in the lakes or whatever? Or is that Dragonborn?
Uh,
That's the one I,
I
haven't
think that
downloaded
was
yet.
Dragonborn.
On the Hearthfire DLC, I built like half my house, and I can't get the materials to build the other half, and I just
Why
kind of
not?
gave up on it. I don't know, man. That's
You can't
fucking-
find like the clay or the cobble.
I mean, I'm just too lazy to build a house in the game. Like,
What I ended up doing in order to get all the materials and stuff is, since it's like when you go to quarry stone and stuff, he won't stop just picking at the thing. So I would do it and then leave the room for like 5 minutes and just be like going doing something else, come back, and my screen would go dark and there'd be panning around him and stuff, and I'd look back and I'm like 500 pounds over the encumberment level, and it's
Where is that at?
huh? It's
Where'd
right
you-
behind your house.
I looked right behind my house. I mined an ore vein and it was gone. And I was like, I thought
What?
there was supposed to
They
be
never-
unlimited iron ore here or whatever.
Not iron ore. It's only the stone and clay.
Well, I found the wrong ore vein then.
And then I only know of one place to get logs, which this is probably boring to people who
From the
don't play
vampire-
Skyrim still.
Vampire chick.
There's one there, and there's also one by Windhelm.
We could talk about other stuff.
Yeah, we could.
Like,
Like-
prom.
I don't know if we need to though.
I can't wait to go to prom.
Yeah,
Lauren can't
likes
wait
prom.
to go to prom.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a good talk. Okay, so you guys know who the Beards are, right?
Yeah.
They're an Australian band, and all their songs are about beards.
Huh.
Every single one of them. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but
They're coming
Wait.
to America.
May 14th, new album.
Oh, they
A
are?
whole new list of Beard songs to listen to.
One of the last
I don't know.
songs on their last album was called
Beard Song
another
36.
another song title about beards or something like that.
Yeah, but anyways, their songs are hilarious. They're kind of sexist too, but I don't know, they're funny.
If your dad doesn't have a beard, you have two mums.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
I think that's actually one of their most popular ones.
Yeah, that's what first came up when I typed in the beards.
Yeah.
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 There was a thing on College Humor today, on their little page and stuff that had to do with beards and stuff, and how, like, it showed a bunch of people who look really manly with their beards and stuff, and it's like, it kind of ruins it when you
And they
shave.
look like child.
Well, there's
their beards
that,
off.
except for this guy who had a really awesome beard, and he shaved it with an axe, and then he, like, went off and he just looked pathetic afterward.
He went off and looked pathetic. What does
It-
that mean, he went off?
He took it,
He
the
went
beard
about
off.
his day looking pathetic.
He finished
Yeah.
shaving and he looked pathetic after without the beard.
Do you guys remember Mr. Eklund?
Yeah.
Hi.
Mr. Eklund was a science teacher that we all had.
He always shaved his beard at the beginning of the year.
He had a really long beard when I first met him, and then the next day he had like half the face he did the first day because he shaved.
Yeah, I know. Like the first time I met him, he had a beard,
Mhm.
and when I saw him without the beard, like, not to be mean to
you're a
Mr. Eklund,
teacher.
he's a really good teacher, and personality's better, right? He looks a lot better with the beard, definitely.
Yeah.
I guess.
We actually have this one teacher in our high school. He will not shave his beard completely off.
Oh,
but he
because
always
of his
makes
chin.
a bet with does he make a bet with the football team if
I
they
think
go
so.
to if our football team goes to state because he's the coach, he'll completely shave off his beard, and he never has
He's
because our team's never gone to
You
state.
guys suck.
Hey,
But yeah, when he grooms it, he just makes it smaller and just leaves a little patch.
yeah, he
Down his chin.
always has something covering a bit of his chin, just because. What are you doing, Lauren?
Making a beard of my hair.
He's tying his hair under his neck.
It's a beard.
it's
You're
like a
gonna
little
strangle
bow.
yourself to death with your own
No.
hair.
Nope.
There's a lot of things that happened with beards this week that I thought
Like
were
what?
great. Cyanide and Happiness put out a video about beards and how beards are like gonna. I don't want to spoil it since it's a new thing.
What's Cyanide and Happiness?
Dude, I swear I've
It's a
seen
little
that
comic
video
thing.
before.
It's really
It's the
funny.
comic.
And I don't think
thing
it's new. I think it's
with like
I
the,
saw it
a while.
this week
the
and
stick
I saw it
figures
come
with
in.
like the blue shirt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
sometimes.
like those.
They're kind of funny, in some parts.
You know the noodle video?
How
No.
much do you love noodles?
No.
Seriously?
Yeah.
My girlfriend absolutely hates me because of that video because she
Serious?
actually really liked noodles.
What's wrong with? I like noodles. Should I not watch the video if I
You
like
should-
noodles?
No, you should
Will I
watch
be
the video.
offended by this video if I appreciate
I don't
the
know.
form of noodle?
Depends on your level of respect to noodles.
The guy was
Respect
like,
to you, noodle. Respect to you.
if you guys haven't seen the video before, you should go out and watch it.
It's hilarious.
But you should pause the video or the podcast right now, just because I'm about to spoil parts of it. Well, anyway, the whole point of the video is this guy like having a huge hey, shut up,
I'm sorry.
having
on.
a cup full of noodles and stuff, and he's like, "Man, I love noodles," and I'm probably gonna butcher this because I haven't seen it in like a year. And the other guy's like, or he's like, "So how much do you love noodles?" And he's like, "Well, I love noodles this much. How much do you love noodles or whatever?" Going back, and the guy's it pans back over, and the guy's having sex with the noodles.
Yeah, you butchered that terribly.
Yeah, I know, it was pretty
so
terrible.
a better version
Good
of
joke.
that is basically like, I love noodles this much, and the other guy's like, well, I love noodles this much, and then he goes back to one of the guys, and he starts singing a song about noodles, and like, he's floating in like a world of noodles and everything, like singing about it, and then it cuts out from the song, and he's like, that's how much I love noodles, and he looks over at the other guy, and the other guy's got his noodles on his dong, and he's just humping it. And he's like, oh my god! And that's how the video ends. But it's hilarious, yeah.
Oh God, I'm
Oh,
sure.
excuse me if my voice sounds really crappy. I got sick from Dan last week.
You don't sound
So.
different at all to me.
I can tell I sound different. I
You
can
don't.
feel it in my throat.
You don't sound
You don't.
anywhere different to me.
You sound different in your head. Sure,
I
but
sound raspy.
Should like speak like Yoda then. You don't sound raspy at all.
So I should speak in backward sentences.
I first heard about cyanide happiness
From
from
now.
from Riley, who his kid goes to my school, and today
Oh, Billy Riley.
he's in my English class, and he we're both reading the Odyssey, but we have two different copies, and when they're two different copies, that means they're interpreted by two different people. So they're basically the same story, but if you
Different.
were to read the other one, you might get lost. So he likes to spend the first 5 minutes of class looking for his book because it always goes missing. And so today I thought, I'm going to be a nice person. I see Riley's book right there. He sits next to me. I pick up his book, set it on his desk for him when he comes in the class, turn around, grab my book, sit in my chair, open my book, start reading my book. Riley walks in, is looking on the bookshelf for his book, and I was like, oh hey Riley, don't bother. As soon as I turn over to look at Riley, tell him not to bother, I see there is not a book on the desk.
What?
It is gone.
Wow.
The two girls who sit at my table are like, oh yeah, we just saw the teacher walk off with the book. Riley's like, God damn it! And so he's waiting by the door because the teacher just picked up the books and walked out of the room, I guess. Waits by the door for the teachers, like looking out in the hall, waiting for the teacher to come back. She comes back in the room. He's like, what'd you do with my book? She's like, what? He's like, what'd you do with my book? Where is it? Where's my book? She's like, I don't know. Did I have your book? And both the girls at my table are like, yes, you picked up the book and took it. And then Riley's like, I don't know if I should be mad at Lauren because, like, he says it was there. And then I'm like, I just put it there for you, man. So
Trying to be nice and you just get like,
I help him out. I spend the first 10 minutes of class helping him look for his book. And so does the teacher, because she picked it up and doesn't know what she did with it. We spend 10 minutes searching around the classroom for his book.
And it was on the desk
We
the whole time.
No, we don't find it. Okay, we don't find it. Reading time is over. We do all the lessons for the day. Into the period, bell rings. Riley's on the prowl. He's looking, man. He's like, which one of you did it? Which one of you did it? Someone has to put that book back on the shelf, and I'm watching the shelf. And he watches, and like 3 people go by. All of a sudden, boom, his book's on the shelf. He looks up. It's The Quiet One. The quiet one is always the one, man.
There's no name for this person.
I
Just
don't want
the
to.
Quiet
I don't want
one.
to.
Okay.
Because not tomorrow. Today's Friday, by the way. Monday.
we do pre-record these.
He's got a plan. He's got a plan. He's going to walk into the classroom. He's going to ask politely, who took the book? She will not answer. He will walk over to her.
Be like, you took the book, didn't you? I saw you.
Say, what are you reading? She will go as red gets because she's like shy, quiet. And he's gonna be like, in your face! I told you made me look 10 minutes the other day for my book. You had it in your hands. You're reading it. How do you not know what book you're reading?
Maybe she
when
was
you're
just
reading
really into it. Maybe she was just really into it.
No. It's like we made a commotion. Everyone was looking at us the whole period. She had it in her hands. How do you not know what you're reading?
Maybe she didn't want to talk to him because she thinks he's sexy.
No.
No.
No, Riley's not, I guess. I don't know Riley.
That's not it. But, man, he was furious. Everyone,
That's hilarious.
2 periods later, I have a class with him, and he was like, I'm so mad. Everyone was trying to defend her and be like, well, maybe she didn't know. And Riley like, there's no way she didn't know. We spent 10 minutes looking for that fucking book.
Oh my god, 10 minutes?
It's a small class, dude. It was ridiculous.
Okay, well, so I finally bought a Trials game. I bought the newest one, Trials Fusion.
Oh, yeah?
That game is hard as hell.
I'm really good at
I've
Trials
never,
game. I don't know
I've
if you
never
guys know
played a
that.
Trials
Never
game
played it.
before, so I was like,
Really?
yeah, I'll buy it, see what it's like. Everybody seems to like it. I'm freaking terrible at it.
I'm really good at Trials games. It's a secret.
I don't know. I think
passion.
it's because to me it's kind of like those old computer games where you drive like that too, and I never really liked those games.
Yeah.
I never really enjoyed them. And this game's like a lot more precise about it because I guess it actually has a budget.
Yeah, I love Trials games though because I pretty much like any game with a dirt bike. If you got a dirt bike in it, I'm probably sold.
Grand Theft Auto 5, the only reason he likes it.
I used to play a lot of MX versus ATV when I was like
Superfly?
all of them.
Okay, I played Superfly. I still have it for my GameCube.
But yeah, when I was young, that was my game. That and all the Tony Hawk games, which I go back and look at those now, and they're so ridiculous. There's like ramps instead of sidewalks. You fly like 20 feet in the air to get a kickflip in. It's ridiculous.
You have to fly 20 feet in the air
Uh-huh.
to get a kickflip in.
Makes you really appreciate what skate is.
Man, I remember playing
The
this
game.
game on Tony Hawk. Like it was like a versus mode, and it was just like a type you played, which was I don't know. It was kind of like territories. Like you do a stunt on a ramp, and whoever had the highest number of points of a stunt done on that ramp, it would color it their color. And
I
me and
like
my
that.
brother would always play that game together, but he was like older than me because I was really young at the time. So he'd always pull off these like amazing tricks and have like all the ramps are his, and I'd only have like one ramp that would be mine.
You're like, this is mine. Don't
Yeah,
touch it.
Yeah, and then he'd come over and steal. I'm like, no. So I'd work like the
Territories.
whole rest of the game
Trying to get that one
back, and then he'd just come back and get it because he had all the other ones around.
You know the combos. All your
Yeah.
friends are screwed. Dude, versus territories on that was so fun. Because if you get a combo going, and you're just riding around, like you don't even target parts. You're just riding around, and
Yeah.
you're getting all of them. People get so pissed.
Yeah, and then I remember if you put in the cheats, you could put it in like moon gravity. Oh my god,
I had
you would
all
go
the cheats,
so
dude.
freaking high, and
was
you could
so
get your
funny.
score up to like insane amounts of points.
Man, you ever play any Tony Hawk games, Daniel?
I did. I played the Underground 2, and I played a couple of the other
Underground
ones.
2 is probably the best.
I don't remember exactly what they were called since it's been so long.
See,
And
there's Project 8, there's American Wasteland.
I did play American Wasteland.
Thug 1 and 2, Pro Skaters.
I think the
1 through
primary
4.
games that I remember playing as like when I was younger on the Xbox, the normal one, or the first Xbox, I should say, since it's not
The
technically
is
Xbox
the
One
normal
anymore.
one.
The original Xbox and the PlayStation 2. I played Halo. I really liked Halo.
I
And
didn't like Halo.
I don't know. I did still. I care. I think I played Predator games, and it was just like, you know. But I think one of the most fun games of that time period for me was the Jak and Dexter series.
Yeah.
I actually really, really thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, I got into that and Ratchet and Clank, and
I actually
Oh my
never.
gosh.
I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game.
dude,
I was
they were amazing to me as a kid. I loved them.
Today I was looking through my old collection of PS2 games, and every game you just named off was like on the top.
I feel bad because I
Yeah.
don't have a PlayStation 2, and I told somebody that I was gonna let them have my Jak and Dexters and stuff.
Yeah.
Haven't remembered at all. I know exactly where they are,
You just haven't remembered to grab them.
and I won't remember to grab them unless like I write it on my hand or something.
What was your favorite Jack game?
I liked Jak 3. I think Jak 2 was probably one of my favorites. Just because I liked the demon version of him. Like,
yeah, you can do that in
and
3 too.
the one thing with the Crimson Guards in that one, Don't even
Lauren just
don't even
sneezed.
try to freaking move away from the mic. Don't even try.
All right.
God dang it, Lauren.
Okay, that was probably.
I don't know why that frustrated me though.
Okay, so about the guard, the Crimson Guard.
So the Crimson Guards, well, they're actually
spelled
crimson.
with a K and a Z.
I've never paid attention.
There's a K and a Z in there.
I remember my brother felt like a genius when he pulled the like paper out of the case. You know the
Oh, the map that's
Yeah.
in the back of the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what the fuck?
What?
What the series hell, Lauren?
Lauren's like
I always like when they put
blowing
like,
air out of both sides
something
of his
on
body
the,
right now.
on the back of like the cases, like the Skyrim one.
Oh yeah, trying to get out of it, but
Yeah, and like Mass
I'm-
Effect, they have the girl version of Shepard.
Huh?
In Mass
the
Effect, they have.
Femshep on the-
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. One of the things that I thought was pretty cool was Lauren, you're scaring me.
I'm pretty cool.
That in Jack 2, the Crimson Guards, when you fought them, they would just keep coming, which is something that I actually really enjoyed as opposed to Jack 3, where you'd have to like go and manually get bits of the Cyan Guards
Yeah.
to follow you. And once you finished like going after one of the little groups,
Yeah.
then you had to go find another group to start punching them and stuff. Which
I
I know
found-
that's not the point of the game, but that was probably one of the more fun things.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Jack 2. Also, like, that was probably, I think, the first game I really enjoyed for my PS2, but I got it really early on, so I didn't have a memory card. So
Oh,
I
that
probably
sucks.
played through the first, like, quarter of that game about 5 or 6 times.
Like me on Red Dead
and I
Redemption.
could never save it until I got a memory card. And then
So
like,
bad.
and then when I did get a memory card, I got all the way to almost the end of the end of the game. You know, right before you take the air balloon to the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, my game glitched out, and I couldn't play that cutscene. But for some reason, the game would tell me to go into the arena and race. And so I would be like, okay, maybe if I do this race, it'll fix it. So I'd go into the arena and I'd try and do the race. But I swear, the race was like on some secret difficulty because I could never win it. So I didn't beat that game for like 2 or 3 years.
There was a
Yeah.
really good fourth wall break in that thing, in Jack 3, where
I always like games that do.
like it was a little race that you
I
had to do on
hate-
those like birds. Like at the end, one of the chicks is like really angry at you. She's like, this isn't a game, you know. And then Dexter and Jack just like
Look at the camera.
glance at the screen and they're just back. In the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That was like one of the more subtle ones, but I thought it was still
I
funny.
love, like, I appreciate fourth wall breaks, but if it's like a constant theme in something, I can't watch it. Like House
Yeah.
of Cards, I can't stand it. Shit. I hate
I
it.
like Deadpool. I don't watch anything with Deadpool, but I think one of the things that he does is kind of funny.
So Jack 2 was probably the worst of the 3, but it was my favorite.
It was definitely the hardest of the
It was-
3.
A lot of people didn't like Jack 2,
Dude,
but
it was,
my favorite.
it was definitely the
I
hardest
really
of
liked
the
it.
3, though.
I don't see why people don't like it.
Oh,
but that's just me.
The reason why I brought up... Okay, this just came to me. The reason why I brought up Riley looking for that book in the first place is because today I was laughing hysterically. Like, I couldn't stop laughing. I was just, like... After the whole book dilemma,
Yeah.
I sat down, held my book. Oh, no, we didn't immediately get over with reading time. We had, like, a couple minutes afterwards where we just
By the
gave
way,
up
how
and
long
started
ago was
reading.
this? Because it
It
seems
was
like it was
fucking,
a few
I don't
weeks
know,
ago.
6
at least.
hours ago.
Oh, okay. I meant like with the whole losing the book thing. That was 6
Oh.
hours ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, my shoe!
Because now that like we're progressing in the timeline, it seems like it's been a week or two. I don't know.
But, I don't know why.
I don't know
but,
why Dan thinks that, but...
Okay, so we're gonna read, like, the next 5 minutes of class. I'm reading. About 3 minutes in, I just, like, slowly start up, like, at my desk.
What?
And the only people that can hear me are the 2 chicks on my sides. And they're just like, what are you laughing about? And then I'm like, oh, sorry. I just started laughing really hard. And
It's freaking creepy, dude.
Mrs. Andy was like, is it like one of those things where, like, it was something you've heard, it was like an expression you heard in, like, 3rd grade and you didn't get it until now? And I was like, no, I just think it's really funny how I actually tried to do, I haven't done anything all day, and then I try and do one nice thing for Riley and we end up losing his book. God. That pissed me off a little. Not nearly as much as it did Riley, though. God, I hope Riley remembers this encounter, because I really want to see what happens Monday if he does.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a funny thing. We'll have to keep me posted and stuff on that stuff.
Daniel's drawing some anime shit on the back of his hand.
I don't know. I can see how
I like drawing shit.
I can see how people wouldn't like Jack 2, I guess. Like, the story was, like...
The story was okay.
From the first game, it got really dark really fast.
Yeah.
And then it was pretty difficult, too, because, like, 4 hits from anything, and
you're
you were
boned.
dead. And it kind of sucks, because checkpoints didn't come for really long amounts of time.
Yeah.
And when you're fighting a boss, and you're, like, at 1 health, and he's at, like, a quarter health, and he kills you, and you have to start the entire thing
Yeah.
over.
So you can see that I didn't pull that out of, like, nowhere.
Yeah.
But,
So there are parts of it that...
I haven't
Are
seen
hard.
anything related to whatever Daniel's drawing on his hand. I just assume it's something anime.
It
and
is.
I'm probably
It is. It's
100%
fairy tale.
correct.
You are...
It is. Well, we've talked about it before.
No, we
No, we haven't. Not that
We have
specific.
never
Not
talked
on
about
this.
that. No, not ever.
Well, I've done it like multiple times now.
All right.
You've drawn on yourself, yeah, but not that.
I
Is it
haven't.
a lobster?
It-
Rock lobster?
It's a fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale.
No, it's not. It's a drawing. What makes that a fairy tale? That's not telling me anything.
Who fucking
It's the
knows?
symbol for fairy tale. I've watched it enough to where I like it
Yeah.
and stuff.
If you watch enough of anything, you'll eventually like it.
That's not true.
That is not true.
So in art class last year, we were supposed to make certain things for our cross country team. Posters that said, "Hey, recycle, so we can donate these cans to the cross country team." I forgot a letter. I wrote. It was a wonderful sign and everything, but it said cross country because there was no in, so it said cross country. And Mrs. Andy was just staring at it for a little while. She's like, "Oh, I like it. It's really nice." And I was like, "Don't stare at it too long." She's like, "Why?" And I was like, "If you stare at something long enough, you begin to notice its imperfections." Lauren Hecker, 2013. But yeah, she was like, "I don't understand." And she just stared at it for a really long time. And then at the end of class, she was like,
Oh.
And I was like, "Yeah, later."
So something to do with imperfections. Damn it.
Weirdly enough, that was still the best poster.
I don't like. This is in the back of my head, and I'm not sure.
Bring
if you
it
were
to the front.
You were telling me the story, or it actually was something
Oh,
that happened
dear.
in my school. I think it was Kindon trying to spell country at one point, but he was trying to do it all like colorful for a presentation or something, and he decided to make the first whole part of it one color, and the last part another color.
Apparently, that's really funny to Dan.
So he had to redo his project because
Hilarious.
the TRY was
I don't
green.
know what that means.
The
TRY.
spelling
Oh,
part
I
of it.
thought you were like a requirement thing.
What?
Okay, just
Or,
go. Just
the
go.
RY was the only part that was colored differently.
Why did
In
you
country.
redo it?
Because it was like emphasis on the first part of it, like country.
Oh.
So he had
Where
to
do
like.
you remember that story from?
I don't remember.
I remember 5th grade.
I was saying that you might have said it a while ago, but
Fifth
it's been
grade,
a long, long time.
We had to do we were assigned a state. We had to research that state and then enter those, like, we had like a postcard. Not a postcard. There's these huge displays. I can't think of what they're called, but
Posters?
it was,
poster board?
poster board. It had flaps.
Put the poster
And you just put a bunch of information about your state on there, and there's like
Yep, that was
a show, and people come in and they're like, "Oh yes, now I know all about Kentucky." Well, my
Fried
friend
chicken.
Jason doesn't go to my school anymore. He had Kentucky.
Did you put fried chicken in there?
No.
Should have.
Yes, but
Yes.
he had Kentucky, and on his poster board, he writes KUNT, and he goes, "Oh wait, shit, I spelled it wrong." Doesn't continue, flips it around, starts his project on that side. So when people are going around looking through the projects, there's tables on the walls, but then there's tables in the middle.
Yeah.
His was on the table in the middle. So when people are walking by, they can see the back of his. And he's in 5th grade, and he doesn't know what that word means.
That's funny.
And that's just...
Kids say the darndest things.
Kids accidentally spell the darndest things.
You know that if that would have happened within the last 2 years, that would have been like... There would have been like probably 15 or 20 pictures from just the parents taking pictures with their freaking iPhones. It'd be like, oh, look at this kid, and there'd be so much more attention to him.
Or they could have done it
Get
when
a
he
load
was
of
actually in
this.
5th grade and used Kodak cameras, Dan.
But they probably wouldn't have.
But
That's
they
my point.
probably might have.
Probably
Did they?
They might have. I don't
know.
see why not.
Cameras weren't invented.
It's not that they were
Thousands.
invented.
I've never owned a phone with like a decent camera.
Me either.
All my cameras have been shit. I want to get
That's because nice cameras actually cost money.
well,
Like a lot of money.
phones with nice cameras don't cost that much.
Phones have shitty cameras.
Not the one
Generally.
I'm looking at.
Sure.
Um,
And then you'll use them like false
Everyone,
fucking advertising.
everyone will attempt to shoot me in the head for saying this, but I'm a fan of Windows phones, and
I don't care.
I
don't
know.
see why
I
people-
like the idea of being connected on, say, a laptop, a phone, and my gaming console. Because Microsoft does that with the tiled interface. Most people in the world hate the tiled interface.
Which I honestly,
fan.
after getting used to it, I really don't care. It's
Yeah.
it's just the way it's going, and it's not
Yeah, it
really that
seems
big of an
like-
inconvenience.
Seems like they made it for like more touch.
Yeah, they made
It
it.
is.
It's
but
kind of, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
They made it so that like you can be connected on all of your stuff, and I like that. So I was looking at a Nokia Lumia 1520, and I like them because they have like the really sharp edges. I don't like Samsungs, and I don't like iPhones because they have like
Rounded.
the rounded edges. I'm over it. But yeah, they have the sharp edges. They have actual glass screens. Which most people are like, oh, it's easier to break. I don't
Yeah.
care. It
the
feels
4S's,
awesome.
I
It's
thought they
nice.
were glass screens too, or are they plastic?
Hard plastic, yeah.
Hard plastic.
Um,
Although the
Their
back
cameras-
of iPhone 5s are glass though, for some reason.
the cameras
I guess to
on a
make it lighter.
Nokia Lumia 1520 are like the nicest cameras on a phone I've ever seen. Have you seen them?
I have not.
They're amazing. They're beautiful. And yeah, I'd like to be able to Xbox message some people from my phone. Maybe
I can do that too, and I have an iPhone.
Well, you have an app for it.
Yeah.
It's like
Same thing
It's
on-
like
It's the same thing
automatically
on the
there.
Windows phone though.
On a Windows
I
phone.
mean, it's pre-built in, but
Topher was telling me the flaws about Windows phones. He said lack of customization, and I'm like, it's a
I don't
tiled
know.
It's a
interface.
phone.
It's a tiled interface. I'm all for customization. In fact, when I play video games, customization is one of the biggest deals to me. On a tiled interface, if you change the colors of the tiles, that's
just-
enough customization for me.
yeah.
Like, on the Xbox One, you can change the color of the tiles on your home screen.
I didn't know you could.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't
they
know
have,
that.
Like brown. It's the automatic is green.
Mhm.
They have like brown,
Well, yeah.
blue, gray, purple, all that stuff.
That's cool.
All the rainbow.
Yeah, and then some. But there's not a very big color variety in,
Oh, wow.
in the Nokia Lumias, but I give a fuck about color. He also said the lack of apps, which he means Apple iPhone store apps
Dude,
just
seriously,
cross.
Who even?
They crossed 1 million apps, and the Microsoft App Store has only 120,000 something. And then I said, "I'm
It's
stop you right there.
120,000.
Do you know how many apps I have right now?
Exactly. It's like I don't use
The
my
apps
phone
that I
for
use
apps.
are probably within the 120,000.
Most of the complaints I hear about, like, anything that's new technologically and stuff, is stuff that, like, it's like, oh, this thing has less of this, but it's still a huge amount more than I could ever use. Just like with the apps thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a million apps over here, but there's also...
How many do you have? 60.
Like
I don't
okay,
even
so
have
let's
that
see.
many. I think I have,
Out of
like...
your
probably
million
30.
apps, how many of them are good and worth playing versus the only
Well,
60,000 that are on here?
Don't touch the white tiles. It's pretty good.
I
Yeah.
actually downloaded that, like, a month
have
and a
it?
half ago.
Do you
I
have it?
downloaded that a month and a half ago.
Do you have it right now?
I do not. But I was like, eh.
Das Lies.
It's okay. Look through my phone if you really don't believe me.
Okay, I'm not kidding you at all right now.
I don't know. I just didn't see the appeal of it. I just deleted it before anybody even like started playing it. Like a couple weeks ago at my school, people were like, "Oh, this game, they're starting to play it."
So you're
like,
saying
it was popular.
You played it before it was cool.
I'm not trying to be a
You're a hipster.
No.
Look at the bottom of your pants. They're really like tight together. You're a hipster.
No, they're not.
Do you hate movies that other people really like?
No, I love
How about
Scott
Forrest
Pilgrim
Gump?
vs. the World. I actually liked that movie.
Anyway,
What about Titanic?
What Pelican?
I didn't like that movie.
You're a hipster. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't like it either.
Hipster.
But anyways,
Asshole.
I don't think I have downloaded an app for my phone in like the past 2 years. The only app I have downloaded was for my bank, and then I put in my password wrong and I couldn't use it. So I pretty much haven't bought an app in 2 years.
Nice.
For my phone. I just don't use them. I only need these basic ones. I mean, I more have it as a phone rather than something to play games on. That's why I have an Xbox.
I use about 5 apps that aren't calling and texting.
Yeah, me
That
too.
is the YouTube app, the Notepad, the pictures, the mail, and the stocks. That's it. And on settings, the settings app, I turn my brightness down when I'm about to fall asleep. That's it.
Yeah, I think on mine I use
My brightness is down most of the time.
Yeah, on mine I use like
Yeah, your screen is dark.
I use pretty much all the things you use, Lauren, on mine, except for I think Facebook is the only other one I have.
I don't have the app for that because I just like to message like through when I'm
Through email.
I don't like the app version of like the mobile version of stuff. I'm like, just give me the full web page from my thing, because it's easier for me to navigate if I know the full web page, because I've seen it before on a computer screen. And the mobile versions are just like a bunch of URL line texts and stuff like that.
Honestly, I'm not joking right now. The phone app version of Facebook is way more simplified than the computer version, and I actually like it more because
It's pretty simple.
yeah,
Actually.
it feels way less cluttered.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know.
It feels quicker going
I just
through.
like it,
Actually,
yeah.
that's the one thing. Is it does feel quicker.
Well, I need a new Apple ID or whatever.
Just
I'm not
make
even
another
gonna
one.
get. I'm just gonna wait till I get my Nokia Lumia 1520, and then I'll start up my Microsoft.
So when are you getting that?
Freaking as soon as I start making money.
So
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 soon
share
as you
this
start working.
podcast with all of you.
send money. No, don't send us
Don't
money.
send-
Seriously,
Do not send us money. We're not going to give you our address
I don't
anymore.
have to deal with that.
Granted, most of the people who listen to us currently know us, or some of us do anyway.
Some of us know.
Some
us.
of them. Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of us know us.
I don't know me very well.
You don't know you very well.
I
How so?
don't know. I don't know what I want.
Clearly.
So have you heard the news?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering because I don't have any news.
I've heard that Daniel doesn't know himself, and I'm really interested in what he means by that, but he won't talk about it.
I can talk about it because I don't know.
You don't know what you mean when you're saying that?
I do know what I mean. It's just that I don't know enough about how I'm comfortable saying certain things. I realized that made no sense.
What are you doing?
Just complete silence.
I'm just sitting here waiting for an explanation from Daniel, and he's
You're
just,
not gonna get one. Like, I don't...
Are you acquainted with yourself, Pelican?
Yeah, I know myself pretty
I'm not
well.
friends with
I know
myself.
what I mean when I say things.
Most of the time I do.
Well, anyways, have you guys heard that Destiny, they finally released when the beta's going to come out, and that's going to be
When?
in July.
Ah,
At,
damn it.
but at
July.
E3, they will tell us the date, but it is going to
Okay.
be in July of this year,
E3 is in June, right? I'm a bad follower of these things.
I think.
I don't know,
Yeah, it's
excuse
summer.
me. I guess you could look it up, but, you know.
I'm probably not going to get the beta, because...
I pre-ordered that in
I already pre-ordered
September.
it too, so I'll...
The beta?
No,
The
Oh,
game, you get
I
the
was like,
pre-order
Why
access
would you
with
pre-order a beta?
Wait, what?
Well, you pretty much
You don't
did.
pay for a beta generally.
Well, yeah.
We're just getting
but
it with the game, basically.
Yeah.
I just don't want to, like, spoil the game for me. I know it's not going to be any storyline.
Yeah, that's
shit,
what I've
but-
started to do with Watch Dogs. Like, Watch Dogs, stuff comes out for all the time. So for like the last couple months, whenever something new comes out, I just avoid it because I don't want to hear any more about the game.
I just get the game.
I just want to play it because it's almost out. It's coming out at the end of this month.
So close. Dude, Watch Dogs is gonna be amazing. Their storyline is like freaking 35 hours long.
Yeah. And plus DLC always comes out for games.
And you can mess with your friends when you're
when they're playing.
when they're playing story mode, trying to get stuff done, and you can try and counteract.
Haha! I stole your car. Haha! I brought the cops down on your ass.
I'm gonna be terrible about that. You guys won't ever want to play online when I'm on.
Nah.
The E3 page won't
I'm
load
sure-
for me.
I'm sure there's settings you can put up to like block it so other people can't get in your
I
game.
hope not.
But there's
Or mess
also
with people all the time.
there's also things where you can go into like set multiplayer matches.
Nice.
June 11th through 13th. That's the
So
E3.
June
yeah.
and the beta's gonna come out in
In
July.
June
But they'll
11th.
announce when it's gonna come
That's when
out.
my school gets out.
Yeah, me too. I get out the 5th.
Oh.
I get out
Time
sometime.
do you get
I think I get out the 11th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right on.
Sweet. I'm out.
Well,
Well,
I
to
get out
be
the
fair-
week of the 11th. I don't know what day for sure because I don't know when my finals are.
My school started 2 weeks later than everyone this year,
Yeah, no, and you're only getting out of.
and I'm only getting out like a week later, so
Yeah,
that's
like
pretty nice.
Oh well.
I think like a week or 2 weeks after I get done with school, I immediately go back to work.
Are you
Still
working?
get money.
Half
at the
Christmas
mill?
is gonna be
Yeah.
fun though.
Yeah, if I can go, I hope I can go this year. So
You better go, dude.
every year
Which
we
is-
have this celebration of half Christmas, which is in the
The
middle
point between
of-
Christmas and Christmas.
Pretty much.
6 months between, or 6 months before and 6 months after Christmas.
And I didn't
basically.
meet Lauren or Daniel till about a year and a half ago.
Yeah. So.
And so I was working over the summer, and they had half Christmas, and I only got to be there for like an hour. And
it was
like,
probably.
And it was
the best
one
hour
of
of
the
your life.
no,
bro.
it was like
funnest things
it was
ever.
really boring because everybody had just gotten there. Everybody was like
Yeah.
kind of calm still.
Kinda have
Nobody
to
was
set
hyped up on Monster or anything. So.
I think we had 86 monsters, and this is gonna sound terrible to any parents or something. But I think
I ain't sorry.
we
No
were
regrets.
mostly gone. I think we had 10
I
left.
thought it was
over.
Ragrits.
And I know that there's all this stuff going on about how people think energy drinks are bad for you and all that other stuff.
Energy drinks are bad. Okay.
Yeah, basically. The arguments there, I guess I can understand them, but basically all the based off of was the caffeine intake. Because the caffeine's basically the only problem with it if you have too much and you have
Besides B
sensitivity to it.
vitamins, so-
You
Yeah,
really
the
have to
B
understand.
vitamins is actually the thing in it.
You have to understand what it does to you before you take it. Basically, you have to
But
know your limits.
Which
anyway,
don't apply on half Christmas apparently.
half
Not really,
Christmas
but
is a celebration
of fun.
of celebrations. You know,
We
gotta
do
get
it once a
hyped
year.
up on hype. That's what half Christmas is.
I ended up
It's
last
a
year-
non-religious holiday too because it doesn't
And-
technically exist.
And half Christmas, to me, is personally
It's probably
better
one of the best holidays.
than regular Christmas. Half Christmas is such a big deal to me.
Yeah, because you don't have to be with any of your family. You can just hang out with your friends.
That's the thing, is that you get to hang out with people you love that aren't your family, always.
It's the middle of the summer.
It's the middle of the summer. You have fun. You have drinks you like that they're not alcoholic.
They could
Um,
be, but they don't have to be.
They could be, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. We're just not, and we're kind of underage. But
So,
oh well, people do it around here anyway. I don't know. It's the most fun a group of gamers.
yeah,
can
and I
have.
really hope I get to go to that this year, but I don't know my working hours until I actually start working. So
Last
Our
year-
half Christmas. Go ahead.
Okay. Last year I had so much freaking monster. I had like in between 6 and 9 monsters. I don't remember the exact number. In that night, and then I woke up and finished the rest of one.
and
Yeah.
and they say you should only drink 2
You
a
drink-
day,
3 a day.
3 a day.
3 max a day.
You drink them to put you to sleep on half Christmas.
Yeah, basically.
And,
Yeah, and then
It's
you wake
pretty-
up and puke like an hour later.
and then
that
you drink
only
another.
happened once, and I didn't even have that much monster.
But that wasn't even half Christmas.
That wasn't half Christmas. That was like 2 weeks ago. I woke
half
up and puked.
Christmas is like the biggest thing we prep for currently. Last year compared to this year, what do you think the percentage value of the amount of monsters that we're gonna have this year is over last year?
I think we're gonna have around
think
100 probably,
I honestly
depending
think
on
it
the amount of
depends on-
people we
yeah,
have.
the amount of people.
I think we'll break 100. And
get
depending on how big our
117.
guest list is, which I've started, yeah, it really depends on who comes.
It's us four, hopefully.
If I do have to work that night, we're definitely hanging out sometime in the middle of the day.
Before we get too far away from it, the reason why I brought up how many monsters I had was
I don't even remember where we
after that,
started.
like, after the 26th, which was the day after it in the morning when everybody was getting ready to go and stuff and just saying our goodbyes, the 27th to, like, probably most of the way through July, I only had one monster in between that time period just because I got burnt out on it. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
It's
get
pretty
burnt
cool.
out
That
on
was
it because
interesting.
I just try different kinds.
It's
I'm
not
like,
that
oh,
like,
I've had too much of the regular monster. Give me a rehab. Give me a different kind.
meaning that it's half Christmas. We normally get the assaults and the
And the regulars, because assault and regular,
chaoses.
green and red, half Christmas.
yeah, that's the why.
Regular Christmas colors. Yeah. So half Christmas is a bigger deal than Christmas to me. But yeah, last year we had we were about 9 or 10 monsters in, Bodhi and I, and
When you
we're-
guys took
we're-
those ones out and
we-
let them warm up a little
we
bit
had a
just so you
cooler.
could actually drink them.
we were like, I bet I can drink one faster than you. He's like, you're on. We
Don't
take-
tell the
we-
spit story.
I have to.
You mentioned it. It's happening.
You did it.
Okay, go for it.
We set them out for a half an hour so they're not freezing cold when we try and gut them. And
Got them. Like killing a deer.
basically, but we go 3, 2, 1. Go.
Apparently that's what drinking sounds like.
It is when
Sounds
you
like
drink
a
that
cock
fast.
in the mouth.
You drink that fast. He finished first, I will say, but immediately he took off up the stairs, and I was like, "What's going on?" Oh, and I
I thought you
put
guys
my
went
monster
outside to
down.
do it for
It was
some
like
reason.
there wasn't anything left in it, but I put it down, and I'm like, "Oh!" I run upstairs. He's in the bathroom with the door shut, and I'm like, "Oh!" I run outside. I run outside because we had so many that night that we were just gonna automatically throw up if it's like that much at once.
Yeah.
And I go outside, and I have this problem where I'm really good at keeping stuff down. So I didn't throw up, but I just
Such a problem.
it is, dude. If you have bad stuff, bad juju in your tummy, it's not good. It's really bad. And like, or if you have too much and you can't puke,
We should make that into a t-shirt. Bad juju in your tummy.
bad juju in your tummy. But don't hit the mic
Dan's like
with the
whipping
freaking-
us
I
with
didn't.
freaking crap. It's really annoying.
Sorry.
Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I'm like just
Heaving? Dry
I'm just
heaving?
drive heaving on over the ground, and then Bodhi comes out. Bodhi comes out all stumbling, and he's like, "Oh my god, dude, you won't believe this. Check this out." And I'm like, "What?"
The rainbow.
And he, oh my god,
He's
a
saying.
disgusting thing.
You don't have to visualize it,
He
just say it.
goes, he goes, watch this. Leans over and he puckers his lips and spits, and just a strand of green spit like leaks out of his mouth, like thick, like an inch rod of green.
Oh, God.
Just drips out of his mouth,
That's
and it
disgusting.
almost touches the ground, and then he goes,
Oh,
sucks it all
I
back
hate
up
it when
in.
that's
People do
gross.
And I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Was that awesome?"
Ah, I'm, like,
I know, it's
cringing right
disgusting.
now.
That's so
Right
bad."
after, right after he puked?
Yeah, everyone comes up, checks out, like, "What's going on? Are you guys all right? What's going on?" And Bodhi's like, "Dude, watch." Everyone's like,
I actually didn't see it, and I guess I'm glad I didn't see
"It
it.
was disgusting." But after that, we were like, "Good game." We both lost.
There is no
there
winners
no
when you
winner
do
for
that.
Except the podcast listeners now. You guys are the winners.
I'm not sure if they're even winning, because
They're-
they still
they're
have to hear
winning.
the story.
Their visualization.
If they have a good imagination, they're winning.
If they know who Bodhi is, it's gonna be like, yeah, that's understandable.
Well, if anyone knows who Bodhi is that's listening, which he will be at the next half Christmas too, and,
Alright,
and
cool.
I might rematch.
haven't talked to him in a long time.
Rematch, except it'll be the first one of the night
Alright.
because I don't want to do that again.
I think I might go in on that if it's the first one of the night.
I think we should all go in on that. Like to the first, we can start some traditions.
Did we have concoction at the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. They stopped making a certain type of Arizona with like the pomegranates in it,
Really?
and that's one of the things that we generally use when making the concoction. It's like
What is the
freaking
concoction?
Dr. Pepper,
Concoction is a bev.
Mountain Dew, and green tea pomegranate, and
Yeah.
it tastes really good for some reason. I don't know. It's just the shit. It's awesome.
We play Pong with
See
this stuff.
butterflies.
There's like monster cups, and then there's concoction cups, and yeah, it's pretty good. If you
Nice.
throw them back, it's
It's basically beer pong, except for we don't drink alcohol.
I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what it was. So continue your thing.
no. I want to hear
remember.
about it.
I seriously don't remember what it was.
No, what was it?
What
I don't
was
know.
it, dude?
What was that? It was like
Mr. Miyagi
it was like
didn't
right before you mentioned the concoction. I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what
What
it
about
was.
monsters spitting
No.
drinks?
Oh,
Spitting.
so probably like a year ago or something.
There was this girl.
There used to be 4 of us, and we decided to have a competition one night where we all had 1 glass of Monster, and each of us had to eat a habanero.
Oh shit.
And then the person who had the most Monster left at the end of like
I just want to
being done with the
clarify.
spiciness.
I just want to clarify. We are terrible people because a habanero's not that hot.
Yeah.
we like,
I'm
freak
glad.
out over it. It's like way
glad we never
low on the
posted that.
Scoville scale.
But anyways, so we recorded it a year ago and we never got to produce it. So
I'm glad.
we're probably gonna have to do that again. But
I know why Dan.
But this is an interesting story. So Dan had the habaneros and he had ate a couple throughout the night. And we're like, why are you eating them? We're gonna do the challenge in like 10 minutes. And he's like, they're delicious, man, but they're so hot. So anyways, we all get around a table and we all get ready to eat them. And then we start.
I was so mad at him for that, by the way.
So we start and we each take a bite and we each have a glass so we can see who has the most Monster or who doesn't. No, we didn't have them in glasses. We had them in cans, but we're gonna pour them into glasses so we could see who won.
Yeah.
So we start eating them, and I fucked it up. I went and ate mine, but the flavor was like new to me because I'd never eaten a habanero whole before. So I was like, this tastes funky. So I just kind of like kept
Funky.
chewing on it, and I was like, if I don't swallow this, my mouth is going to be a volcano.
And the thing
And
about
so I
that is-
chewed it for like an extra 10 seconds that I shouldn't have before I swallowed it, and I was like, holy fuck. And so I had to drink my Monster. Like, there's no getting past it. I think I lasted like 30 seconds before I opened it and started to drink.
I was the only one to realize a tactic. Everyone was grabbing the bigger habaneros because they're like, if the seeds are spread out, you don't get as
that's
much
not exactly
of the
why.
impact.
The
That's what you
idea
said. That
the
came out of
idea
your
behind
mouth.
that was that the bigger ones would be less hot.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, you know what? I feel like if I can get one that's small enough,
You could just swallow
I can
it.
just swallow it. I won't have to chew it. And I did. And that's how I won the habanero challenge. Is I picked like the smallest one I
You
could
didn't win the
find,
gummy bear challenge
And I
then,
was like, nobody wins the gummy bear challenge.
Oh, by the way, that video's
like,
up. You should check it out.
if you haven't already,
Just quick
or
as I
even
could.
if you have. Watch it again.
I pretended like I was like dying of heatness. And I was like,
yeah.
oh no, I need to drink this. Oh no. I held my Monster up really close to my face. And we got our other friend Jameson to take a sip. And he lost to me by like
A
Like a
sip.
fraction
By
of a
literally
a sip.
A sip.
When we poured them in the glasses, he was like, you son of a bitch.
But towards the end of it, one of us looks down and notices by Dan's feet. Dan, is that your habanero on the floor?
like,
What? No.
So Daniel's
So
a cheating
Dan,
ass
we go
piece of-
back and we look at the video, and like right when we took our bites, Dan, instead of biting his, just put his hand by his mouth and then slipped it down to his waist and then dropped the habanero on the floor.
I
Honestly,
caught it because
Yeah.
his dog was sniffing the ground. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's the
what
only
you
reason
doing
you
there,
caught it, too.
Charlie? Oh, is that a habanero on the ground?
Yeah, I'm like, Dan,
the one
you
thing is-
cheater.
is towards the very end of that when
And Dan's
Jameson
like,
was
well,
like,
I was eating peppers before.
He tried to justify it
I-
by saying
The
that he was
justifica-
eating them
Hey,
earlier. Okay,
the
I wanna
justification
hear
for it
this.
was complete crap. I knew it. I just was like, well, I have to defend myself somehow, because I kind of like really pussed out. But
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
I had multiple throughout the night. But
You're
anyway,
trying to justify it with the same answer. You're doing the same exact thing you did last night.
well, I still
Last
had some.
night.
I don't. Last night. Okay.
The other last time the night.
I don't think you guys would have noticed had not towards the ending. I was laughing at Jameson, and it rolled off of my lap, and I hit the floor, and I was like, "Shit!" And I couldn't bend down to pick it up or anything to like hide it again. So I just like left it there, and I was like, "I hope nobody sees it."
Nobody saw
And I
it.
can
Nobody
scavenge
saw
it
it.
later.
The dog-
But the freaking
the dog-
dog came over, and it's like, "Huh? This thing's on the floor, and it kind of smells like food." Freaking dogs! Shout out to dogs, by the way.
Shout out to Daniel
Assholes.
being a cheating ass cheater.
So I think we
That
need
was
to,
over a year ago.
so we need to get a camera. We need to do that again and do it legit.
How about we all
No sleeves.
do it except for everyone besides Daniel?
Hey, fuck you.
No, we should all do it. But
I should have two.
But I think this time when we each get our
40.
peppers,
Because
you.
after the cameras were rolling, I ate the last one anyway, just for funsies.
just for funsies, guys. But no, I think this time if we do it, we each have to bite half of it first, and then we have to bite the other half
like
off.
that.
Because that way we
That
all
way
know
we
that
all
took
have some bit
Yeah,
of
we
it.
all took a bite.
I don't like that.
I don't like that idea. I can't swallow it.
I can't. You guys are ruining my tactics.
Exactly, which is the
Exactly.
main
So
point
it's
of the entire
completely
thing.
fair ground.
I don't like
It's
that.
the test wasn't who can swallow it; it was who can take the heat
Withstand
more.
the heat longer.
And I
It's
know
like
I don't really
digested
have
that
any
pepper.
place saying that.
Dude, those things came out way worse.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Also,
mine.
never go to the
Full.
bathroom. I remember I was
Eat
over at
that
Lauren's
again.
house the first time, and we had like the little canned habaneros, and like I had one, and I was like, these are really hot, and I was like drinking milk and stuff. And after I was done with that, I forgot about it. Like, and a half an hour later, I was like, I have to pee. It was a bad mistake. I had habanero juice still on my hands.
Oh.
If you forget to wash your hands before you go to the
I
bathroom,
will never make that mistake again.
after eating something spicy,
No, it
that's a
like
mistake.
I probably could handle it if it was just like
If you were a
jalapeno
chick.
juice. Well, that too. I don't know really. I've never have ever had an experience pissing as a chick, but
You should try it. It's nice.
It's relaxing to
If
sit
the
down.
seat's down.
tell me more. No.
Continue. I'd rather not tell you more. Are you going somewhere?
What do you mean?
You were like off on a trail and
I don't know.
No,
something
I
about touching
already
himself
I went to my
with spices.
place. Like I touched I touched it and I was like immediately knew it was a mistake.
touch what?
My penis.
Okay.
And like it's just burnt and it was a bad idea. Don't ever do it.
Burnt.
Well,
Just immediately all
on the
black
top,
and
on the
fried.
topic of
It wasn't like peeing on
on the
electric
topic
fence.
of spicy vegetables, not penises.
Spicy penises.
When I was when I was
little.
little, my dad like cooks these not habaneros, but like jalapenos, and they usually like carve them out and they put cream cheese in there, wrap them in bacon.
Yeah.
When I was little, I didn't like spicy food at all. So I'd like grab them, I'd sneak them, and I would take the bacon off and just eat that. And then I would leave them there, and there'd be like 5 of them without bacon, and like, Jacob! And I'm like, wasn't me. It was Tyler.
What? Why would they be mad at you for that? So what? I don't like hot stuff. I like
took a-
bacon.
I like bacon.
I don't like the taste of jalapenos.
I thought you were
like-
gonna say bacon for a second.
I like bacon, but it's not to the extent on which everybody's like, oh, bacon ice cream and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I might try it.
I could
but-
throw up at
So,
bacon ice cream.
I
I'm
think
good
I
at-
would
I'm
try
good at
it
keeping stuff down, but I could throw up at bacon ice cream.
if I was on video. Like, I'm not gonna go out and buy like a carton of it. Mostly because I
Ugh.
don't buy ice cream.
oh my gosh.
But
Dude, Andy, you made a bet with me that he could do the milk challenge like 2 years ago.
The
He
gallon
still,
challenge?
yeah, he still has never done it, and he owes me $50 because
Wow.
he still
Really?
has never done it. Because he was like, "I'll do it by the end of summer." 2 years ago, he never did it,
Okay,
and he's like, "I can totally do it. I can totally do it. If I eat some bread with it, I'm like, you're not allowed to eat any food with it."
we should do the gallon challenge.
no, we shouldn't. I don't want to spend that much. Milk's gone up, dude.
Yeah, but
Everyone's
anyways,
like, "Oh, I could do that," and
Yeah.
I'm like,
I probably couldn't.
"Dude,
yeah,
you know what? I want to say something to you, sir. That's what I thought before I tried the 5-pound gummy bear challenge, and now I look at every challenge in a different light. You know."
That's kind of how you have to look at it, too.
And everyone who sees that video and comes up and talks to me about what they would have done differently, I tell them,
You do
"Stop,
it then. You
stop,
do it differently."
Stop. No, I don't tell them that. I say, stop. whatever advice you think you're going to give to me, it's not advice. It's a waste of time, because anything that could have changed in that video wouldn't have helped me whatsoever. Nothing. And they're like, I bet I could. And I'm like, okay, that's great. I know you think you can. But once you actually try, you're going to have a
I
different
think
on it too.
that, like, if
I'm
I
gonna do
have
that
35
challenge.
bucks just to randomly do it,
You don't.
Me and Pelican, I would like to do it
No,
with
you don't.
you.
Wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
I want to try it at least.
Okay.
I know
Yeah.
I'm not going
I
to be
can
able to
record
make
it
the
and-
whole thing, and we could record it and make another video about it, like the second 5-pound gummy bear.
Shut up.
So,
Is that what you're gonna call him now? The 5
Like,
I'm gonna go
I want to have
challenge.
him doing it.
shut
And
up,
I already have a
Shut
little
up.
bit of a tactic in my head on how I would do it.
You're gonna lick it. Lick it all.
Lick it. Lick it all. I'd probably get the same one that Lauren got, the Rasta colored one, just because one flavor throughout that whole thing would just seem like it's terrible.
That may be the only thing that could affect the change, but that would affect it in a negative way, so I don't know why that would matter. But I will say, you guys have known me long enough that you should
Whoa, a whole 2
know
podcasts.
that I not the listeners, you two.
Oh.
You two have known me long enough to know that I'm extremely competitive when it comes
Yeah.
to crap I actually care about.
I want to at least get past the head. Like, get all of the red gone.
That's
Yeah, do
what
that.
Lauren said when he did it.
Go ahead, do it.
I will.
Get past the head and then stop.
I'm just gonna, like, fast for a day. And just be
That's
like,
what Lauren did.
fast for 2 days.
That's what Lauren did.
I actually ate a hot dog right before I did the challenge.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
yeah, I do
he
remember.
did.
That didn't affect anything. I'm just gonna say that too. Nothing. That didn't take up any space in my stomach.
belly.
And by the way, 1 week in advance, I practiced for that because I think it was Easter. I got
5 pounds
someone
of
bought
little
me,
gummy bears.
Someone bought me a 1 pound bag of the little gummy bears, and I was like,
Granted, you probably got
Under-
a pound and a half in, so...
under 5 minutes, I ate that pound of just like little gummy bears, and I was like, what? That's 1/5 in 5 minutes. That's.
I
No,
feel like
doesn't
I
work
would
that
get
way.
like a very, like a, not a very.
A plate
I would
and
get
fork?
a plate and a fork and a knife, and I
Against
would
the
just.
rules.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Solid mass.
Yeah. No utensils. 1 pint of liquid.
Can I just like tear it apart then?
Sure.
Yeah.
Your hands will still get sticky though.
Dude, you
Can we
tried
get
to chop
sticky
that
anyway?
thing in half with an axe and it didn't want to go. You think you're gonna do it with your hand? You're like,
In my defense, it wasn't a very
really
sharp
mad at
axe.
Daniel at the end of that though.
you wasted
by the way.
like 4
Because-
pounds of gummy.
Because after I ate what I ate, Daniel was like, "Can I have some?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Just have the rest." And he was like, "Oh, sweet." He took like 2 bites and then split it in half and fed it to his dogs.
No, I had a bite from it too, I think.
He did, and Jameson.
Yeah.
did.
And then somebody hit me in the
4
side of the
bites.
face with the gummy. Dude, that instantly gave me a headache. It hurt so bad.
That thing actually, it. It
You
felt
thought you were
heavier.
hurting. I couldn't
He
get
couldn't
it
walk.
out of my stomach. I was. You guys
got a
went
little,
to
you got a
walk.
little bit out.
You got no.
Well, you got
that
out what was in your
wouldn't-
mouth.
No, that was what wouldn't go in because I was that
Exactly.
full.
So what was in your mouth?
So it was like immediately back out. There was no room. It's like nope, we're full. Thank you.
Please come again.
Maybe later. But yeah, I just sat on the couch for like 2 hours, just like oh no, oh my god, oh no.
Did we eat constipation later that night?
Probably.
If you guys don't know what constipation is,
It's nacho
Uh,
cheese Doritos smothered in cheese. I know Lauren was trying to say it, but
Wow.
oh, go ahead, Dan.
Just
no,
steal my fire.
I don't care. But,
sorry.
yeah, here's how you make constipation. Go in your kitchen. You get the biggest plate that you own, or that your parents own, whatever. Put as many nacho cheese Doritos as the first layer.
You're so white.
What?
Naco.
I call them nacho. I know they're called nachos.
He
That's
just does it
me.
because that's how he wants to.
I prefer it.
Prefer
You
it.
can't judge him.
Yeah, I can.
Layer of nacho cheese.
Human nature to judge, Dan.
Nacho cheese Doritos with a layer of shredded cheddar on top, and then apply a second layer of nacho cheese Doritos, and then a second layer of cheese. And if your pile, if your mountain of Doritos is like at
Looks
a
like a
40,
volcano.
Is it a
if it's at a
pyramidal?
45-degree angle
Pyramidal?
on both sides,
So 90-degree angle.
no, a 45-degree angle.
But like
on
that.
both sides.
And if it's at a 45-degree angle on both sides, and it's not touching to complete a triangle in the middle, you can add a third layer, or a fourth layer, or however many layers
You could make a
have left.
constipation cake if you wanted.
Make it until you got that
We should do that.
that cone.
We should make like a
flavor
lasagna
of-
with it.
Ugh.
Dude, all lasagna is
A
like
bunch of cheese
spaghetti
and some
meatloaf.
pasta.
Or spaghetti cake.
meatloaf. That sounds delicious.
I know,
No,
but
it
like,
doesn't. That sounds
put it on.
terrible.
Just like
Spaghetti
deep dish
meatloaf.
pizza is just cake pizza.
pizza's cake. No, wait, pie. Never
Pie.
mind.
I know, but it's cake if it's deep
Cake
dish.
pizza.
Eh.
I don't think anyone would order that if they saw that on a menu.
Actually, I did see a picture of, like, it looked like this little bucket, but it was like pizza toppings all up in the middle.
All up in that middle.
I don't know, it looked kind of good, but at the same time, the only problem I would have with that is that it's like a slurry of, like, the meat and the tomato sauce in the middle, and it feels like I'm eating a bread bowl with clam chowder in it, is what I imagine
So
it being
it
like.
tastes like clam chowder.
Not that it tastes like it, but, like, you know how
It's
the
saucy.
meat and sauce
Oh.
is, like, floating
It's
in
a
the
thick
middle.
soup, basically.
I brought up that
It's a chowder.
you guys know I'm extremely competitive, and I'm willing to bend lines if it means going around someone. You know,
No.
I'm a rule pusher.
I have no
man.
idea what that means.
I'm a rule
He-
pusher.
He
If it
won't
means
break
I'm gonna
rules,
win,
but he'll get it to where they almost do, basically.
They benefit me only. I had a race with Jameson to see when GTA came out, who could beat GTA faster, and he said, "Okay, you're on." He was he had college, but he didn't have very many classes at the time.
He has less now.
But I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get online every day after school and get into the story mode because like that's the only way I can catch up with him. 'Cause
I
he's
still
gonna be
haven't
at home
completed
most
it.
of the day. But I figured out something about halfway through the race, and I was like, okay, he's at about 80% completion on the story mode. I'm at about 20% completion.
I don't think the gap was that big.
I'm at about 30% completion.
And he was
It
at
was
like
pretty
70.
close.
So,
Pretty close. You just said like 90 to 30.
I'm saying it's pretty close to 20 or 30%. But I'm like, okay, here's what I gotta do. I hit the pure offline button, and I could see what was going on because
it's awesome.
I hit a pure offline. I was playing GTA. I would see Jameson's online, and I'd be like, oh, crap. And I could picture what was going on in his head as he was online.
He's like, oh, Lauren's not online.
He'd get online. He's like, huh. Well, I guess Lauren's not on. Well, I guess I don't have to really try right now. I guess I can play. I can take a break. I can play
I
something
can drive
else.
around and shoot some cops.
I got time, you know? And then I'm like...
And this was before GTA Online came out. So,
Yeah.
it's not
So
like
the
we had
first-
that option.
yeah.
of it.
We finished the first week. I was like 30, 40, 50, 60%, 70. I'm catching up. I'm really close on his heel. And the whole time, Topher is scared that I'm going to win this bet. And he's
Why?
like, I don't
Why
know.
was Topher scared?
I don't know. He just didn't want me to win, I don't think.
Bastard.
But, yeah.
We love you, Topher.
Shame to him. But I was catching up, and Topher starts to notice what's going on, and he figures it out in his head as I'm about to pass Jameson, and he's like, Jameson,
You need to work.
Jameson, Jameson, get online, Jameson, he's gonna pass you, he passed you, hurry up, and that night, Jameson went out to his friend's birthday party.
Oh, I
That
remember- I
killed him.
remember
That killed him, basically.
I remember
That was
You finished that,
the
like,
finishing
morning at 4
blow.
o'clock.
I finished that morning at like 2:30.
Okay.
Took a picture of it, sent it to Jameson. Tomorrow morning, I get a message like, "Cool."
Yeah, and then I picked up the game like that week, and I started playing, and I finished it Literally,
you
I
beat
think
Jameson?
no, I finished it like 2
actually
hours
think he
after
did.
he finished.
Oh.
Like 2 hours after he finished, I was done
Once
with it.
I was done, he had no further motivation.
Yeah.
to continue.
I
I
still
was like,
haven't completed
I was like,
it.
dude, I'm gonna beat it before dude. And they're like,
Still
yeah,
in the second heist.
probably. There's only like 3 heists or 4. I don't remember.
Well, I'm still on the
4.
second one. I don't know how many there are.
The second
I haven't
one.
played it.
I was so mad at the
Me
second
too.
one.
I'm like 30
Second
or
one
40%
wasn't-
through.
I was like, this is gonna be so awesome. Disappointment.
Yeah.
You don't even know you're still on it, Dan.
Yeah, the jewelry shop was fun.
That's the first heist.
Well, I passed that one.
I passed that on the first day I got
Yeah.
the game because I was
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I gotta get some level of establishment to
Uh,
just start off of.
there was
but-
something similar I did with Ryan. I'm not sure. Did I already talk about this on the podcast?
Your
About no, the Assassin's Creed race that I had with Swinson.
Oh,
Did I talk about that already?
Yes.
on the podcast.
First.
I don't
one.
think so.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, it was fun, and
Um,
I won.
But
Abridged version.
yeah. So I will do the sneaky things
That was a
that
quick
I have
bridge.
to do. The very very sneaky things that I have to do if it means that it'll knock me up to first place. I won't not eat the habanero.
I remembered exactly where the
But-
last feather is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or
Cool.
was.
I remember nothing.
So, where I was going with this, if you guys do the 5-pound gummy bear challenge,
Take
Don't
heed.
do it.
you're not gonna beat me.
That's just a challenge in itself.
I hope so.
That's a good way to, I think, end this.
And
Section
I
of the
think
podcast?
if Jacob does it,
I hope Jacob does it because
no,
he's not
if-
going to be able to
I
do it.
know if Jacob does it, he won't beat me.
I'm certain of that too, Lauren.
I
That
know
makes
no
any
one
sense.
will beat me.
I don't really care about anybody else. I want to see how well.
I don't care about anyone.
I want to
That's
see
why
how
the Brown Sock Tuesday,
Hey.
I guess.
I want to see how I do against Pelican with it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Love you.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed
Daniel doesn't care about you guys.
it. I love you guys. Don't listen to him. Well, I like
Don't
you
listen-
guys.
You.
Brown sock.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Brown sock. Later, guys.